Kevin, this is Uncas Pond, where police say that earlier this evening, a 16-year-old boy went missing while swimming, but thankfully he was recovered. It does not look like much now, but just a few hours ago, this entire street was blocked off with neighbors outside literally holding their breath, and police are inside this apartment right now investigating. We have been out here all day when the police tape went up and when it came down, and as you mentioned earlier, again, the school was put on a code red lockdown. That's right, 18 catalytic converters were stolen from these buses and this parking lot, and DATCO says it will cost thousands of dollars to replace them. The police body cam video is just under 2 minutes long, and it shows what happened when officers went inside the home at 71 Tioga Street. We do want to warn you that this video is difficult to watch. It's on the roof of the building. Now, if you take a look at the high school right now, out here doesn't look like much, right? But the real damage is on the roof and behind the school. The team at Yale University, alongside Pfizer and Moderna, for the past year have been developing a variant-specific vaccine. It's a lot of information. You guys were out here from 9 a.m. until I think just a few moments ago. What's your biggest concern involving this investigation? You know, depending on where you are in the state, like the sun is like poking in and out, but right now it's pretty calm. The conditions are clear. And I got to go out with Deep, who shows me everything that goes into keeping everyone safe on the water. So I haven't put in anything yet. And here it is. Bank of America, $75 hold. And you never know what you're gonna see at the festival. You may see a big, giant puppet out here. They are actually saying, hi guys. Thank you for talking to us. She's so good. She was so nervous. I don't know why. But coming up, we're also gonna be talking to some more special folks about what it was like growing up in the 90s. But it's so beautiful out here, and we have the weather tracker out here, and we got Lauren who's gonna give us a quick update too. Come on. There she is. Well, Stephanie, it does not look like much now, but just a few hours ago, this entire street was blocked off with neighbors outside literally holding their breath. And police are inside this apartment right now investigating. And we were there moments before SWAT went inside. Hey, keep your hands up! Hands up! Look! This was the split-second moment where SWAT entered this apartment building in West Hartford after trying to convince a man inside for 6 hours to come out. After much negotiation, the man was detained and taken away by ambulance with officers in tow, shaking up the neighbors who live off of Hillcrest Avenue.
It's absolutely not normal. This is usually a very quiet neighborhood. Nothing like this has ever happened since I bought my house.
And I heard the cops saying, you surrender, come up out with your hands up. And I said, this is not normal.
Neighbors tell us this is typically a peaceful neighborhood, but heard that the man who barricaded himself inside had earlier troubles.
I stepped down the street and it was a standoff in the process. It was a young guy, they say, that recently had just lost his girlfriend and his wife.
They tell us in West Hartford, police too confirmed that they received a call of possible projectiles entering an apartment and causing damage. No one was injured, but the man inside had refused to speak with police. Neighbors say they are grateful that tonight ended the way it did, commending officers.
They waited out a long time to make sure that the individual who was in there gave him time to at least not get aggravated and made it safe for everyone. So they did a really good job.
Others tell us they wish all standoffs ended this way.
In certain neighborhoods, they don't give a lot of people opportunity like they gave this person grace. They gave this person over 3 hours to come out, to calm down. But sometimes they storm through people's houses, no knock warrants. They use their key, they just come on in. This time they didn't do that. But certain neighborhoods, they do that.
And again, police say there have not been any reported injuries, but this incident remains under investigation. How do you feel knowing that they're going to be out here while you're out here?
I think that adds that extra trust and knowing that there are active people involved in ensuring that people are being safe and taking the right precautions.
This group of boaters say that seeing marine law enforcement out already ahead of Operation Drywater gives them more security when out here.
On the water is definitely a fun event to do with your family and friends, and Some people take it like, and, go a little overboard, but you would hope as the person operating the boat that they would be a little smart about kind of how they're spending time on the water.
Operation Dry Water will begin Saturday with nearly 100 marine law enforcement out on the water looking for people in violation or under the influence.
If somebody is consuming alcohol on a boat, especially on a day like today where it's hot, the wind's blowing a little bit, if you get out in some choppy water, that just increases the impact of the alcohol and your ability to make good decisions.
Captain Williams tells us that there have already been nearly 10 water-related incidents this season, with over half ending with fatalities, and they're trying to avoid more.
If you're going out this weekend, they are predicting some severe weather for Saturday. I always tell people, know your limitations and respect your limitations as well as your vessel's limitations.
And he shares with us, starting on Friday, they began wearing body cameras to protect everyone.
And Deep wants to remind you that drinking while boating is just as dangerous as drunk driving. In Outline, Lezla Gooden, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.